There is someone who can no longer sleep peacefully because you occupy every thought, every beat of their heart. And what is about to happen could change everything between you. This person rehearses words, deletes messages, feels the weight of the silence, and prepares for a conversation that may reveal secrets guarded for years. What the celestial messengers want you to know today is intense, mysterious, and will touch your very soul, so stay with me until the end, because this revelation is for you. Beloved soul, there is something urgent the celestial messengers wish to reveal. A silent presence, who has been walking on the edge of your life for some time, is about to move toward you. This is not just any approach, but an intense preparation for a conversation that could completely change the course of everything you thought was set. This soul, who tried to resist the magnetism of your essence, now feels the need to break the silence. The words that have not yet been spoken weigh more than their pride, and every moment of distance has become a flame burning within this person. The celestial guardians show a very clear scene. Someone rehearsing words in front of the mirror, deleting hastily written messages, reviewing memories, and reliving moments that seemed dormant. There is a restlessness, an urgency that can no longer be contained. This restlessness was born because your presence, even from afar, continues to echo like an irresistible force. Your energy is so striking that it provoked an unexpected transformation, revealing a strength you may not yet have realized in yourself. Sweet soul, have you ever felt that someone carries a secret in their eyes they cannot confess? This is exactly the scenario unfolding. This person knows they need to open up, knows there is no more room for postponement, but what will be said carries weight, emotion, and a desire for reconnection that may even surprise you. The messengers of light reveal that this conversation is not just about the past or present, but about the power you hold in the life of someone who tried to resist their own truth. What makes this moment so impactful is that the change was not caused by harsh words or demands. It was your silent strength, your authenticity, and your unmistakable presence that awakened something impossible to ignore. You did not ask, did not beg, did not diminish yourself. On the contrary, by standing firm in who you are, radiating that unique energy, you showed a value that made the other person realize there is no substitute for what you represent. The celestial messengers further show that this conversation has been delayed by fear. Fear of rejection, fear of not finding acceptance, fear of exposing too much. But what was once an obstacle has now become unbearable pressure. This person has discovered they cannot continue living as if nothing is happening, because every thought leads to you. Every silence reveals longing. Every memory reignites desire. Beloved soul, this preparation is not happening by chance. The celestial guardians are working to align paths and open hearts. The moment approaches like a growing wave, and there is no stopping it. What will be said may bring tears, may provoke smiles, may awaken old memories, but most importantly, it will bring confirmation that you are stronger than you imagine. The transformation that has occurred within this person is a direct reflection of who you are, the energy you transmit, the truth you carry. Have you noticed that even without words, some presences remain alive, marking every step? The messengers of light want you to understand that your magnetism does not diminish with time. On the contrary, it grows and intensifies. This is the reason someone is about to break internal barriers, just to have the chance to look into your eyes again. There is one detail the angels emphasize. This conversation will not come in a common way. It will not just be a casual request, nor a simple greeting. It will be an encounter charged with emotion, where guarded truths will come to light. This person is rehearsing every word because they know they cannot make a mistake, knows that what is at stake is too great. The desire is clear, to be heard, to be accepted, to be understood, and above all, to reconnect with the light you represent. Beloved being, you may even doubt it, but this force is in motion right now. In the silence of the night, in solitary thoughts, this person reflects on how absence turned into emptiness, and how that emptiness can only be filled with your presence. With each passing day, the urgency grows, and the celestial messengers guarantee that this revelation is closer than it seems. Before continuing, write this mantra in the comments. I receive the strength of the light. This act is a way to open space in your heart and allow the energy of the angels to align this encounter that is already being prepared for you even more quickly. Now, continuing the message, The celestial guardians show that the force moving this person is also the same one awakening a new perception of yourself in you. The recognition that you do not need to prove anything, do not need to chase, do not need to beg. Life itself is showing, through this unexpected approach, that you are desired, admired, and capable of transforming those who approach you simply with your presence. This conversation will bring to light more than hidden feelings. It will bring living proof that your energy is transformative. You awakened profound changes without realizing it, and now the other person can no longer deny it. The silence that seemed safe became a burden, and the distance that seemed necessary revealed itself to be unbearable. That is why the messengers of light affirm that this is one of the most important moments you can live. The revelation that your essence is capable of moving hearts and rewriting stories. Dear soul, it is natural that doubts arise. Does this person deserve space again? Will the words be sincere? Is this encounter really necessary? The celestial messengers do not ask you to decide now, only to open your heart to listen. Because the truth, when revealed, always brings clarity, and that clarity will be the gift you receive from this conversation. This revelation is not just about romance or reunion. It is about you understanding your own power, recognizing that every step taken in fidelity to your essence was capable of provoking change in another soul. There is nothing more magnetic than living your truth without concessions. And that is exactly what attracted this movement to you. Sweet soul, the messengers of light are by your side, setting the stage for everything to happen at the exact time. And when that moment arrives, it will not just be an encounter of words, but a reflection of your strength. What will be said will echo not only in the other person's heart, but also in yours, reminding you that you are capable of much more than you imagine. Beloved soul, you are the reason for this transformation. Do not underestimate your light. Do not diminish your worth. There is a heart moving because of you, and what is about to be revealed will change not only this person's destiny, but also the way you see yourself. Beloved soul, the messengers of light want you to understand something essential. The conversation being prepared does not arise merely from longing or the desire to be close. It is born of a silent transformation you provoked without even realizing it. It is as if your energy planted seeds in a heart that previously seemed closed. Those seeds have germinated, grown, and are now forcing that person's soul to open up, revealing truths that can no longer be hidden. This preparation is marked by sleepless nights, by thoughts that repeat themselves like an incessant chorus. The mind tries to resist, but the heart insists. There are memories that insist on returning, recollections that cause shivers, details that reveal the strength of the invisible bond connecting you. The celestial messengers show that this person tries to rationalize, tries to convince themselves that they can move on without taking this step, but cannot. The force coming from you is too magnetic, too irresistible. Beloved being, there is something that needs to be said clearly. You do not need to do anything to deserve this approach. You have already done everything by being who you are. The strength you carry, the presence that leaves its mark, the way you stand firm in the face of life. All this was enough to disarm resistances. What is in motion now is a direct consequence of your authenticity. This person realized they can no longer deny how special you were, and continue to be. The celestial guardians describe an intense scene. Someone reviewing old messages, holding an object that reminds them of you, rereading words that were kept hidden. It is not just nostalgia. It is the realization that time did not erase anything, only intensified it. The absence that seemed liberating turned into a prison, and that prison only has one key: the reunion with your presence. Sweet soul, the universe is conducting every detail with precision. What seemed lost, what seemed distant, now returns with new strength. This conversation is not meant to bring more doubts, but to reveal what was hidden behind the silence. It is as if the masks have fallen, and the truth finally has space to breathe. And that truth is simple. You change someone just by existing, just by being present. The messengers of light ask you to open your heart to receive this revelation without fear. It is not about reliving grudges or opening old wounds, but about understanding that there is a power in you that goes beyond what you imagined. Being able to transform another being in this way is proof that your essence is profoundly magnetic. This perception can strengthen your confidence and remind you that your value does not diminish with time. It only grows. Beloved soul, it is at this point that the real lesson arises. When you remain faithful to your own light, you attract change in others. This decisive conversation is the result of your positioning, your firmness, and your choice not to diminish yourself. And even if this person took time to notice, there is no turning back now. What was awakened cannot be erased. The celestial messengers show that there is a mixture of desire and regret in this preparation. Desire to approach, to say what was never said, to share hidden feelings. Regret for lost opportunities, for unspoken words, for attitudes that pushed away instead of bringing closer. This combination creates an intense energy that moves towards you, an energy that can bring answers to questions you may have already abandoned. Beloved being, perhaps you wonder, what to expect from this conversation. The messengers of light say there is no way to predict every word, but there is one certainty. It will be impossible to ignore the intensity. This person's heart is ready to confess something they can no longer hide. And this is not just about love, but about recognition. Recognition of how much you mattered, how much you continue to matter, how impossible it is to erase your presence. At this moment, the celestial guardians ask you to strengthen your energy even more. Now, before we continue this message, write in the comments 777 to call upon the angels. This number carries the strength of the right path, the confirmation that you are aligned with the angel's purpose, and that what comes to you is guided by the light. Beloved soul, there is also a loving request. If this message resonated in your heart, consider showing your gratitude by donating. Just click on the thanks button. This gesture of support helps to keep alive the messages that strengthen so many souls who, like you, seek clarity and hope. Every contribution is like a flame that keeps alive the possibility of spreading light to more people. And that's not all. The messengers of light also ask you to share this experience in the comments, writing how this message touched your life. This exchange creates a current of positive energy, strengthening not only you, but everyone connected to this channel of light. Sweet soul, there is something very important to understand. You are the reason for this movement. It is not a chance happening. It is not coincidence. This person is preparing for a decisive conversation because your strength could not be ignored. You awakened something profound, and now life demands that it come to light. This moment is your confirmation that you are desired, remembered, and valued in ways you may not even imagine. The celestial messengers conclude this revelation with a promise. When this conversation happens, you will understand how much your energy was, and continues to be, capable of changing stories. What is in preparation is not a simple reunion, but a reflection of the power within you. Beloved being, the celestial messengers reveal that the time of silence is about to turn into words charged with emotion. There is a heart that can no longer bear to hide feelings. This person traveled paths of resistance, believed they could move forward without looking back, but discovered that your presence remains the most vivid mark in their history. What will emerge in this conversation is a direct reflection of the impact you had on the life of someone who tried to ignore the truth and failed. The guardians of light show that this person feels a growing weight in every memory. It is as if all the moments lived by your side have turned into signs impossible to erase. The attempt to maintain distance only increased the intensity of the bond. This beloved being realized it is not just longing, but a magnetism that defies any explanation. There is an invisible force pulling them back, an energy that insists on showing that what happened between you cannot be reduced to memories. Sweet soul, have you ever realized that someone can fight against their own feelings to the limit, but the heart always finds a way to reveal what is hidden? That is exactly what is happening now. This person tried to distract themselves, sought other paths, tried to get involved in new stories, but nothing could occupy the space you left. Your silent strength, your striking essence, your unique brilliance remain present like a flame that never goes out. The messengers of light further reveal that this preparation for a decisive conversation is also a silent request for forgiveness. There is regret for the choices made, for the wasted opportunities, for the unspoken words. This person realized that silence, which seemed like protection, actually became a prison. And every day within that prison reinforces the certainty that the only way to freedom is to open their heart to you. Beloved soul, it is at this moment that the angels ask you to look within yourself, not to decide immediately how you will react, but to recognize the value you carry. If a soul is capable of transforming to this point just by being in contact with your energy, it is because there is a special light in you, one that cannot be diminished. This is the reminder the celestial messengers bring. You are stronger, more desired, more admired than you imagine. This conversation, when it happens, will have the weight of a reunion of destinies. It will not just be the exchange of words, but the revelation of deep truths, which could not be hidden for long. The messengers of light show that every detail of this approach was prepared by the universe. The moment is the result of a spiritual alignment that wishes to bring clarity and awakening. Dear being, this revelation does not just come to stir emotions, but to show that life always finds a way to confirm the value of those who walk with courage. The presence you represent is proof that the maturity of the soul does not extinguish magnetism. On the contrary, it intensifies. Time has refined your energy, and that is why you have now become unforgettable. At this instant, the celestial messengers ask for a simple but powerful attitude. Before continuing the message, if you are not yet subscribed to the channel, take the opportunity to subscribe. This helps us to continue creating meaningful content for you. Now, continuing the message. Beloved soul, the guardians of light also reveal a special sign for you today. The angels are sending you a special sign. Your lucky number for today is 8. Write in the comments, I receive the energy of the angels. My lucky number is 8 and I am blessed. I send love and protection to the person I like and love very much. If this message is touching your heart, return the favor by donating through the thanks button and help spread this message of light to other people who need it. This number carries the energy of prosperity, protection, and abundance that renews itself. It is the confirmation that something greater is guiding every step, strengthening your confidence and preparing the ground for everything to align in the best way. Sweet soul, what you are about to experience is more than a reunion. It is living proof that your energy is capable of moving stories, healing wounds, and awakening feelings that seemed dormant. The messengers of light want you to be open, prepared to listen, ready to recognize that every word spoken will be a reflection of your strength. Beloved being, do not be surprised if this conversation brings intense emotions. There may be tears, there may be smiles, there may be silences charged with meaning. The important thing is that every gesture will be sincere. Every word will come charged with the truth that could no longer be hidden. This is the moment the universe shows that nothing is lost, that everything transforms and returns at the right time. Beloved soul, you are proof that true love does not fade, it only strengthens. What is about to happen will be an eternal reminder that you have the power to inspire profound changes. Trust in the guidance of the celestial messengers, and allow yourself to receive this revelation with an open heart. Beloved soul, the celestial guardians reveal that a profound movement is happening in the heart of this person who is preparing for a conversation with you. It is not just about reunion, it is about healing. This soul realized that they can no longer carry the weight of the choices they made, the words they failed to say, the attitudes that pushed away instead of bringing closer. There is a sincere desire to free themselves from the past, but also to bring clarity and reconciliation to what still connects you. The messengers of light show that regret has been a silent teacher. Every night of memories brought not only longing, but also an awareness of how much was lost due to pride, fear, or insecurity. This person now understands that no mask, no silence, no distance was enough to erase the importance you hold. On the contrary, the more they resisted, the stronger the memory of who you are and what you represent became. Sweet soul, this revelation is not just about the other person. It is also about you. It is about understanding that your presence was so striking that it provoked profound transformations, to the point where someone realized they can only move forward if they face the truth they guarded for so long. And that truth is clear. You were a point of light in a moment of darkness, and that light continues to illuminate the path of someone who tried to flee from it. The celestial messengers ask you to prepare for something essential. This conversation may bring words of regret, may bring confessions that stir old feelings, may even reopen memories you thought you had overcome. But the greater goal is to bring liberation. It is to allow you to understand, once and for all, that your energy is so powerful that it completely transformed someone. Beloved being, we often guard wounds because we believe forgiveness is impossible. But the guardians of light affirm that forgiving does not mean accepting the pain again, but freeing yourself from it. Forgiveness is the gift you offer to yourself, not to the other. When you release the weight of what happened, you open space for peace to fill your heart. That is why, at this moment, the messengers of light ask you to make a symbolic gesture. Write in the comments a list of people, including yourself, you would like to forgive. Visualize each of them. Send love and say, I forgive you and I free you. May peace be with you. Feel the lightness and freedom that forgiveness brings. Repeat this practice every day to strengthen your inner peace and release anxiety. Beloved soul, this act of forgiveness is a powerful spiritual key. It not only cleanses the ties with the past, but also strengthens your energy for what is to come. When you free yourself from the shackles of pain, you clear the path for the decisive conversation to happen with more clarity, without old emotions controlling the present. The celestial messengers reveal that, by opening yourself to forgiveness, you become even more magnetic. The energy of peace is irresistible, and those who approach you feel it immediately. It is this force that is calling this person back. It is this light that continues to attract hearts and awaken profound changes. Sweet soul, this approaching conversation will not just be an exchange of words. It will be a turning point. It will be the moment you realize that the universe always finds a way to confirm the value of someone who walks with courage. The presence you represent is proof that the maturity of the soul does not diminish magnetism. On the contrary, it intensifies. Time has polished your energy, and that is why you have now become unforgettable. Beloved being, the messengers of light also ask you to prepare to be surprised. Not everything that will be said will be easy to hear, but every word will come charged with sincerity. There may be confessions that cause astonishment. There may be memories that bring tears, but above all, there will be a profound recognition. You were, and continue to be, a transformative presence. The celestial guardians ask you to welcome this conversation with serenity. It is not about deciding the future now, but about understanding that the past no longer defines who you are. This revelation comes to show that your strength inspired change, and that is proof enough of the value you carry. Beloved soul, trust in the spiritual guidance. This person was guided to recognize their mistakes, to face their truths, and to seek the clarity in you that was always missing. What is about to happen is not a chance happening. It is a response from the universe to the power of your light. Sweet soul, do not underestimate what is in motion. This conversation will bring not only words, but the confirmation that you are a memorable being, capable of inspiring profound transformations. Forgiveness will be your greatest weapon, your greatest protection, and also your greatest victory. Sweet soul, the celestial messengers show that at this very moment, someone is reliving every detail they once shared with you. This person walks in the same places, recalls smells, sounds, and even gestures that seemed simple, but today have become precious. There is a restlessness in their heart, as if every step is accompanied by an invisible force that repeats, you need to speak, you need to open your heart, you need to reveal what you never had the courage to say. This preparation is not ordinary. It is not a simple desire for approach, but an almost spiritual urgency. The messengers of light reveal that this person feels as if time is running out, as if life is giving clear signs that postponement is no longer possible. This movement is accompanied by a mixture of anxiety and hope, a battle between the fear of losing and the courage to try. Beloved soul, the universe confirms that you were the turning point in this story. Even in silence, you continue to radiate a force that disarms any resistance. This person tries to prepare for every word that will be said, rehearses phrases, writes and deletes messages, imagines the tone of your voice and the brightness of your gaze. The intensity of this moment is so great that the celestial guardians affirm, nothing will be the same after this conversation. Beloved being, this preparation also brings secret revelations. This soul realized that you continue to be someone desired, someone who leaves profound marks. It is as if your essence has become unforgettable, no matter how much time has passed. And it is precisely this realization that makes this person's heart beat faster now. The fear of no longer having space in your life mixes with the deep desire to be by your side again. The messengers of light show that there is a clear truth. You are seen as a source of inspiration and magnetism. This person realized that even without being present every day, you never stopped being a reference. Someone who made a mark, and who continues to make an intense mark. It is this force that is pushing for the reunion. Sweet soul, the angels also reveal that you may be feeling signs of this approach. Perhaps you have already dreamt of this person. Perhaps you have sudden memories for no apparent reason. Perhaps you have noticed coincidences that seem like subtle messages. These signs are not the result of chance. They are the spiritual preparation for the moment when the words will finally be spoken. Beloved soul, the message is clear. You are stronger and more impactful than you imagine. The transformation underway did not happen because someone wanted to change of their own accord, but because your presence left marks that could not be erased. This is the reflection of your power, your energy, and the brilliance that remains alive in you. The celestial guardians ask you to welcome this revelation without fear. It is not about creating unrealistic expectations, but about recognizing the impact you have already had and continue to have. This is the moment to allow yourself to understand that you did not go unnoticed, that your essence was capable of awakening admiration and desire. Beloved being, there is something very strong that the messengers of light want you to know. This conversation will bring truths that may surprise you. There may be unexpected confessions. There may be words that explain behavior that previously seemed meaningless. But above all, there will be a silent declaration in every gesture. You remain unforgettable. This preparation that the universe is showing is proof that life always finds ways to confirm the value of those who remain true to themselves. Your inner strength not only sustained your journey, but also awakened profound changes in the heart of someone who thought they could live without you. Sweet soul, the celestial messengers ask you to remain confident and receptive. When this encounter happens, it will be like opening a book kept for a long time, where every page brings feelings that were dormant, waiting for the right moment to come to light. Dear soul, the angels now give you an affirmation practice to reinforce this energy. Repeat in your heart, I am unforgettable. My light awakens transformation. This mantra strengthens your confidence and prepares your spirit to receive what is to come. Beloved being, remember also that every word spoken at this moment will be a reflection of your authenticity. You did not have to force anything, did not have to chase, did not have to diminish yourself. It was precisely by remaining firm, true, and whole that you awakened this change. And now, life will bring the confirmation that your presence is magnetic and transformative. The celestial guardians guarantee the decisive conversation that approaches will not just be about reunion, but about recognition. It will be living proof that you are a source of inspiration, desire, and respect. Beloved soul, the celestial guardians show that the moment of this approaching conversation has an even deeper mission than bringing answers. It is an instant that can open doors to healing, liberation, and renewal. What will be revealed will not only stir up past emotions, but also the way you see yourself from now on. This experience does not come to shake you, but to strengthen you, to show that your entire journey, every sustained silence, every contained tear, and every guarded memory had a greater purpose. The messengers of light describe this person's energy as a mixture of regret and hope. For a long time, pride was a barrier, a shield raised to avoid vulnerability. But that shield began to crack, and through the fissures, the truth began to escape. This soul found themselves facing an emptiness that nothing else could fill. It is in this emptiness that your memory became even stronger, like a light shining in the midst of darkness. Sweet soul, the celestial messengers ask you to understand the value of this revelation. It is not just about being remembered. It is about being recognized as someone who transformed another life. This person realized that your absence did not bring peace, but a whirlwind of feelings that only increased with time. The attempt to move forward turned into an internal struggle, where every memory of you was like a mirror showing that nothing could replace what was lived. Beloved being, this conversation will also bring an invitation. The invitation to decide if you want to open space, or if you prefer to move on with even more clarity. The universe does not demand that you accept anything, only that you listen, because listening will be enough to confirm your strength, your importance, and your power of transformation. The angels reveal that this encounter will bring clear signs of sincerity. Their gaze, the tone of their voice, the nervousness in their gestures. Everything will be proof that this person's heart is exposed in a way it never was before. It will be impossible not to notice the intensity, impossible not to feel the force of what will be revealed. Beloved soul, it is natural that this moment awakens doubts, mixed feelings, and even fears in you. But the celestial guardians guarantee you are protected, guided, and supported. Nothing will happen outside the right time, and every word spoken will be part of a greater healing process. The messengers of light now ask you to make a gesture of spiritual generosity. Share this video with 2 dear people who are in need of this message of hope and faith. Let us build a chain of love and mutual support together. Also leave a comment with a prayer for your guardian angel. This gesture is not only a way to spread light, but also to reinforce the positive energy already circulating around you. Sweet soul, understand that this decisive conversation is not just about you and the other person. It is about everyone who will be impacted by the healing energy that will be born from this moment. Every time you forgive, understand, or accept, this vibration spreads, reaching not only nearby hearts but also those who, even from afar, are touched by your example. Beloved being, the universe wants you to understand a grand truth. Your life has a much greater effect than you imagine. Just as you inspired someone to change, you will continue to inspire others, simply by existing with authenticity. This is the power of your light, the magnetism that does not fade and on the contrary grows every day. The celestial messengers conclude with a revelation. When this conversation happens, you will not only hear truths, but will also feel in your heart the confirmation that your strength is admired, respected, and remembered. What will be said will serve as a mirror, reflecting back everything you already carried within you, but perhaps did not recognize in all its greatness. Beloved soul, keep your heart open and your mind calm. What is to come is an opportunity for healing that transcends the past and opens paths to a lighter future. You are a channel of light, and this conversation will be just further proof that your energy is capable of changing destinies. Beloved soul, the celestial messengers show me that the outcome of this revelation is already drawn in the heart of the universe. This decisive conversation will not just be a reunion between two souls, it will be a reflection of your strength. With every step, every silence, every moment you remain true to yourself, you created the energy that now opens space for the unexpected. What will be said is not only the result of longing, but of the transformation your presence provoked. Sweet soul, imagine this person before you, with words choked up for so long. Imagine the nervousness in their hands, their eyes seeking courage, their breath quickened. All of this is proof that you remain striking, irresistible, unforgettable. The universe wants you to know. This person did not change of their own will. They changed because you were the catalyst for that transformation. You were the memory that did not disappear, the feeling that did not fade, the presence that could not be replaced. Beloved being, the guardians of light reveal that, in this encounter, you will not only hear guarded truths, but will also see before you the confirmation of the power you have always carried. The power to inspire, to mark, to awaken desire and admiration even when it seemed like time had created distance. This is the gift the universe gives you, the certainty that your light is capable of moving hearts. Dear soul, it is possible that this conversation brings a request for a new beginning, a desire to mend mistakes, a confession of regret. But it is also possible that it brings only clarity, the liberation from questions you carried in silence. Regardless of the direction, the celestial messengers ask you to receive this moment as a gift, because in the end, the revelation is not about the other person, but about you. It is about recognizing the strength you have, the magnetism you radiate, the impact you generate. Sweet soul, allow yourself to feel proud of who you have become. The universe shows that by remaining true to your essence, you inspired someone to change. This is a reflection that you are not only desired, but also admired, respected, and remembered. Your presence remains alive in the heart of someone who tries to resist and cannot. This is proof that your energy is unique and transformative. Beloved soul, this is the final seal of the revelation. You are stronger than you imagine, and life is about to prove it in a surprising way. Trust, open up, and allow the celestial messengers to guide every step from here. Beloved being, the messengers of light leave one last request. If this message resonated with you and your situation, write in the comments, "My light awakens transformation." Share your experiences in the comments. If you liked this message, subscribe to the channel to continue receiving messages of light. The angels thank you for watching and await you in the next video.